Hey, what's going on? This is E from Sunshine and E. Welcome to 222 Mega Gym. And today I'm going to talk about, a lot of times I see some people online and they kind of was interesting. And I watched this one channel, it's called Storytime Slots. And he had this one video about 10 casino scams that suck. Be careful. And I just want to comment on some of those 10 and kind of give you my opinion on those. And most of the scams are not necessarily just the casino, but overall at the casino. So let's just go through those 10. The first one is the free gifts. And his opinion is, I guess, the gifts are cheap, not that great, and it's not worth it. And another thing is free drinks. He's saying, I guess he feels, don't go out and get the drinks and drink while you're playing it. Kind of control your drinking as far as going to the bar, get it. Stay away from the drinking. Other ones, ATM fees. I'm kind of with him on that. The casino environment where no windows, no clocks. But I've been to a few casinos that have windows where actually you can sit out and watch some things, so. And the next one was people stealing cash out tickets. I guess he told a story about somebody taking a cash out ticket and his friends, he had to chase them down to get it, and security helped them. Credit bandits, those people that go around, when you leave a little in there, they pull that credit out, and people walk around doing that. Then the other was food costs. Cost of food, how it's kind of went up a little bit. Tipping, whether you should tip after a win or just tipping in general. And chip bandits, those people that go around and check the floor by the tables and, grab those tips off the ground. And then the other one is the cheerleading scam, where I guess people that cheer you on, hey, you can do it, and hopefully you'll give them a tip if you do well. So those are the 10 things that he's mentioned, and most of them I agree with, and some maybe not, but nothing hard. But check him out. It's Storytime Slots, and look him up and check him out. He's kind of new. I just found him, but he has some decent videos. I like him, but check him out. Now let me break those 10 down. The first one was the free gifts. Now he said that maybe they're kind of cheap, and I've been to some that weren't that great, but I've been to some that actually has some good quality merchandise. There was a person I knew that owned a restaurant, and they did a lot of cooking, and I showed some of the stuff, and they said, hey, that's pretty quality stuff. But my thing is, make that separate from the casino, getting your gifts. Just make that like, hey, I'm getting gifts and I'm going to move on, and that's separate from my gambling. Don't feel like that's pulling you. I wouldn't take a 2-hour drive, a 3-hour drive just to pick up a gift unless I'm going to gamble too. The free drinks, I'm not a drinker, so that doesn't matter to me. But usually, I always say, when it comes to gambling, it's more, up in your mind, making sure you do the right thing. So drinking shouldn't bother you if you have a plan set up. Just don't drink too much where you kind of can take, the casino can take advantage of you, or other people can take advantage of you. ATM fees, my thinking is just go to the casino with the money you're willing to spend. So you should never have to go to the ATM. But if you do have to go to it, I just look at it as if it's a $5 fee, that's a $5 loss in the casino, and then continue on with the money that you got out the ATM. So I don't make a big deal out of the fee, even though some of them are high, but that's why you try to prepare yourself on the front end with the money that you need, and don't need to go to the ATM. The other one he said was casino environment. Now I understand some of the things they do where they pump in certain smells, or they do with the clocks and stuff. Like I said, if you have your head right, know what you're going to do, and don't step outside of that, actually the casino environment can be pretty soothing. I actually enjoy it. It's laid back. It's, you got securities, nothing's crazy. Sometimes they have bands playing certain nights, so it's all good. I don't have a big issue with the environment. Like I said, there's some casinos that you can look out the window. One's near like a little beach area or something. So I've been to several so that doesn't bother me as much. Now, the stealing of cash out tickets, my thing is the easiest way to solve that problem is once you cash out a ticket, put it in your pocket. I've seen people walk around with cash out tickets in their hand. I always have a little set situation as far as when I cash out a ticket, where my money is, where my key is, where my player's card is, everything is set up. So as soon as I cash that out, I got a place I need to put that. And I usually put that kind of with my money on the inside of, so it's there. And I don't keep a lot of cash out tickets. I usually combine them, so I only have one. Credit bandits. My thing is you just be careful not leaving. Always get into the habit of cashing out, whether it's 1 cent, $2 or whatever. And I think he mentioned something about the leaving and putting the chair up so you could come back to that machine. I just never get caught up in machines. If it's available, it is. If it's not, I just move on. But so if you do leave the machine and you do have to leave credit in, like he said, just leave a few cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, put the chair up. Maybe nobody come back, but if they put the chair out and take your money, you only out a few cents. So I would never really get to do that. And just saying, let me go off course here. Sometimes you get people say, hey, can you hold this seat? And I remember one time when somebody first did it, maybe one of the first, second or third time they did it, they left and I don't think they ever came back, or they took a long time to come back. And after that, I told people, I was like, hey, I'm going to leave in about 5 minutes. So if you ain't back in 5 minutes, I'm going to leave. So I can hold it for 5 minutes. So I give them a time factor so they go and get back. So if I'm not there, they can't complain to anybody. And if they do and they have money, I say, you might need to take your money out of there. So I usually don't hold if I do, it's like a 5 minute limit. That's it. And then the other thing they talked about is food costs. Now, food costs has skyrocketed. The casino's mentality years ago was, I want to get all their money. So if it takes a cheap buffet to get them in there, if they can pay $5 and get a buffet, I get the rest of that $1,000 or $1,500, $2,000 they have. But now they're really hitting you hard with the food costs. So the way you kind of eliminate that is you have to, number one, have money set aside for that. But the other one is build the comps. And there's something that I do called create your own comps, where I play some table games and I build that money up and I use that money so I don't feel like I go in my pocket. So I'll get on the roulette table, run up to about $60, cash out, take that money, go eat. That's how I do it. And when the cost is too high. But usually go through the comp way, get your comps. Sometimes you can play and you can ask someone, hey, you think they can comp me a meal? And they might say, well, we'll give you half off. We can get you half off on the meal. So sometimes you can ask. Worst thing they can do is say no, but you just might get it. Okay, the other thing is tipping. Me, when it comes to tipping, I have a couple rules. If I don't hit a jackpot, unless I hit something really, really do well, I usually don't tip unless I'm ready to leave. Because how many times have you played? If you played a lot, you may run into this situation where you playing and you get down to your last couple dollars and you pull that, hit this, you're on the slot machine, goes into a free game or a feature, and boom, you hit $800 or $600. Now, if you tip that guy or somebody earlier, you don't get that last little money left to take that last chance. And you go, man, I could have used that $5 I tipped. So either I don't tip until I'm ready to leave, or if I'm really having a good run, because I can control my money, meaning if I get to $1,500, I know I'm walking going home with money. I will never give that back. So then I might tip. Or if I hit a bonus or like hand pay or something, because they're doing work. They come, they check it, they're doing paperwork, and they're working. So I don't mind tipping them. And usually the hand pays start at about $1,200 in most places. So if it's $1,200, maybe a $10 or a $20 tip. And this is something he brought up, and I give him props on that for our story time. A slot said, is what happens if you walk in the casino with $3,000. You're down to your last dollar. You pull it and you win $1,200. You're still down $1,800. Should you tip then? Something like that is a little different. I would say it's up to your own discretion. Personally, me, may not, depends on. But if I hit a hand pay and it's $1,200, $1,500, $1,800, and I'm way ahead, I might tip them $20. I think the highest I will ever give, regardless of the money I make, is probably $100. If I hit $40,000, $50,000, maybe $100. I've hit $7,500 and got a hand pay of $7,500, and I still gave maybe $20 or something, because I think I look at it this way. If they're going there doing this constantly, they might do 4 or 5 people every hour. So if they're doing that, that's $100 extra on top of what they're getting paid. That's pretty good, so I don't think they will complain about that. Okay, the last thing I think they talked about, I think we finished it up, because I think we talked about the cheering. No, yeah, the cheering, somebody that cheers and like, ooh, and they coaching you on, and being, because what they're doing is they're out of money or need money, and they figure if you do well, you'll feel good and say, hey, this was my good luck charm. So hey, here's $20. And like I say, most of that stuff is up to you. If that's something you want to do, do it. Me personally, I've never had that happen to me. Had anybody cheering for a long period of time. Just people congratulate me. Hey, that's good. You know, you did good. Or congratulations, because they, want to have that good karma. So I usually don't run into people that cheer for me anyways. So, but those are those 10 things that he talked about. And like I said, go over and check out his channel. It's a new channel at this time that I'm doing. It's a new channel. I think it's only a couple weeks old. But he's doing well, and he's got a lot of good information. I like his channel. I like the stories. He tells a story about how he won some free play. Go check that story out. That's pretty interesting. I like that story. And that is Storytime Slots. Go check him out. But this is E from Sunshine and E from 222 Mega Gym, and I want you to get in there and hit them up good when you go to that casinos. Check it out later.